What is curry? Is it a typical Indian dish? Or is it not really Indian at all? Could it be considered Britain's national dish? What does currying favour have to do with any of this? All this and more coming up. Meanwhile, if you're new here, do subscribe to The English Nut. Thank you. What on earth is curry? Apparently, it's what Indians and other South Asians eat. Really? Well, the British came up with the term. Perhaps they adapted it from the Tamil word curry, which refers to a type of sauce, or from the dish called curry in North and West India, or from the curry leaf known as curry patta, or variations of that in different South Asian languages from Bengali to Malayalam, and commonly used in subcontinental cooking. Thanks to the British, many people use the word curry to refer to all Indian gravy dishes, indeed all Indian dishes, though they may be prepared in completely different ways with completely different spices and taste completely different from each other. One interesting example of a type of curry from a language perspective is the Goan vindaloo. Now, although aloo is an Indian word for potato, the aloo in vindaloo has nothing to do with potatoes. Indeed, the original dish did not contain potatoes. Vindaloo is derived from the Portuguese dish called carne de vinha d'alhos, which essentially means meat marinated in wine and garlic. Carne is meat, vinha d'alhos is wine and garlic marinade. Vinha d'alhos became vindaloo in India, and the wine in the recipe got replaced with vinegar. This delicious Goan Christian dish is traditionally made with pork. Another point to note is that initially vindaloo was not the fiery hot preparation that we know it as today. While we think of chillies as an essential ingredient of Indian food today, they are not native to India. The Portuguese discovered chillies in South America and brought them to India in the 16th century, around the same time that they introduced the subcontinent to vindaloo. But it took some time for chillies to catch on and become the ubiquitous ingredient of Indian cuisine that it is today. In Britain, the first mention of curry with reference to Indian food was in 1747. It was in the Art of Cookery made plain and easy by Hannah Glasse. At that time, curry was spelled C-U-R-R-E-Y with an E that got lost over time. In the first edition of the cookbook, the seasonings mentioned were pepper and coriander. By the fourth edition, ingredients like turmeric and ginger were added. Chilies were not a part of the recipe, perhaps for the reason I mentioned earlier. This Portuguese introduction had not yet gained India-wide popularity. Robin Cook, the late British politician, had given a speech in 2001, which came to be known as the Chicken Tikka Masala speech. The speech was about multiculturalism in Britain being a good thing. Cook's point of view was that immigrants enriched Britain and British culture rather than diluting or destroying it, as some Britons felt they did. The speech got that name because he had said, Chicken Tikka Masala is now a true British national dish, not only because it is the most popular, but because it is a perfect illustration of the way Britain absorbs and adapts external influences. Chicken tikka is an Indian dish. The masala sauce was added to satisfy the desire of British people to have their meat served in gravy. So while many Britishers were unhappy with South Asian and other immigrants to their little island, destroying their Britishness, some of these immigrants managed to curry favour with them by serving up this Indian dish with a British twist. The phrase currying favour actually has nothing to do with curry. It means to ingratiate yourself with someone through obsequious behaviour, or to seek to gain advantage by flattering someone. So how did this phrase come about? Well, the curry part comes from horse grooming. To clean the coat of a horse, grooms use a tool with rows of short teeth called a curry comb. And rubbing down a horse with a curry comb is known as currying a horse. The verb to curry in this sense is derived from French. That probably leaves you even more confused about how the phrase currying favour came about. But stay with me on this. Curry favour was originally curry favel, a term for a flatterer. Favel is an anglicized form of favel. the name of a horse in a French poem written in 1310 called Roman de Favel, or the Romance of Favel. In the poem Favel, a vain and ambitious horse becomes a false leader through trickery. The rich and powerful then humiliate themselves by obsequiously stroking his coat. In other words, they curry Favel. So we get curry favor from a distortion of curry favel or curry favel. And the curry flavors so popular in the West too are distortions of what authentic Indian dishes are supposed to taste like. So it all falls into place. Or maybe not. If you have any further insights into curry, do write them below. I'm the English Nut. Bye for now.